The leaves are changing, the air is cooling, and the nights are getting darker by the day. It's October in the South, of course. Autumn down here means something a little bit different. Campfires will be lit, pumpkins will be decorated, and the season of fear is upon us as Halloween is right around the corner. But spooky season doesn't just show up one day out of the year. To some, the season of terror is just another Saturday, a football Saturday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Before we walk the hallowed woods of Clarksville, Tennessee, there's business to be handled. For the first time in their UAC history, the Governors play host to their neighbors to the Lone Star State as your Austin Peay State Governors take on the number 8 ranked Tarleton State Texans here on Homecoming Saturday. And hi, everybody. It's the CrunchTime crew brought to you by the Austin Peay Sports Network. My name is Christian Hunt. Joined to my left, Mr. Bryce Robinson. To my right, Dylan Walton. We are here on Homecoming Saturday, and guys, it's an electric atmosphere.
Man, you can't get no better than this, man. Hey, it's a football Saturday in Tennessee. Like you said, the leaves are falling. It's just football weather, man. Unreal turnout from Tailgate Alley. The food's going. The smells great. I'm getting a little hungry, but guess what? We got a great day ahead of us with football.
I'm excited. The energy is here. The sun is about to come out. You know, the clouds been out all morning. It's been cold, but I think the team is finna walk through, and I think we finna get lit. I'm excited to have a good time tonight.
Bryce is messing with his cowboy hat. It's going to have to come out. We're going to meet our 4th member of the crew, Isabella Clardy, in just a moment as the Gov Walk will be happening momentarily. We're excited about that. But, guys, we're going to get into the game here a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about the Govs football right now as they're on a 2-game winning streak. As they're coming off a win against Utah Tech. So that is back-to-back UAC road games. So the Govs coming along with the momentum here on Homecoming.
It's going to be a great day of action. I'm excited to see our boys out there on the field today. It's going to be, like I said, you can't ask for a better day than this, man. You got the great alumni here today. Like I said, it's homecoming, man.
Yeah, it's homecoming.
Let's get fired up for this, man. We've been waiting all year for this, man. Like I said, Tarleton State's coming into the Fortera Stadium. I can't wait to go out there and see what we got planned ahead this afternoon.
And you want to know what I'm most excited about? I heard something called trash can chicken. You know, so I'm excited to see what that trash can chicken heading on. So whoever got that trash can chicken, you need to bring it up front, because I'm trying to get down with the trash can. I'm trying to see what's going on.
I know. We will take any food donations. Anybody wants to come up here and bring those, we'll give you a nice little taste test and let you know how you're doing. So don't be shy. Bring us whatever you got.
We're going to have a lot of alumni here. I'm seeing an alumni to my left right here. Juantarius Bryant, Austin Peay legend, is being greeted over to the right. Let's give a shout-out to Juantarius.
Yeah.
Boy right there, man.
Speaking of 2019 members, we are going to be joined later on by an alumni picker, our very own Matthew Gale, another member of that 2019 campaign that's being honored today during the game, will be joining us as our alumni picker. We're super excited to have him on. Just a weapon on the field and off the field. We talked about it. He is an academic weapon during his day at Austin Peay. But we'll get to that later on the show. We're super excited to have Matthew. But, guys, I mean, it's an October Saturday. What else does there need to be said?
Uh-oh, breaking news, the Gov Walks, the boys are coming down
Oh, yeah,
the street.
It's about that time.
The Govs are here, the band's rocking, the cheerleaders are cheering, man. It's almost game time, baby.
It's that time. You get the band going on, you hear the trumpets, the drums. And we got the Buff Gov out today.
Oh, yeah, but that Gov's got his game face on.
We're going to go ahead and see our 4th member of the crew, Isabella Clardy. Isabella, what do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, we're down here at the Gov Walk, and the fans are excited, the band is loud, and the Govs are strictly business today. They've got the shades, the headphones, and they're taking on a #1 ranked team in the conference today in front of a huge community crowd. They're going to get comfortable right here at home because this is where they'll be for the next 4 out of 5 regular season games. Now, outside here at Fortera, these fans are settled after the homecoming parade. The grills and smells are fired up, and the alumni has returned. We're going to take a walk around the lot and check in as the show goes on, so we'll check back with you. Guys?
Guys, that's Isabella Clardy, our 4th member of crew. Shout out to her. And, again, we're going to be seeing these Govs throughout the day. We're going to see a lot of alumni, but as mentioned in the open, business to be handled. Here, again, the Govs are on a 2-game winning streak after back-to-back UAC road wins against West Georgia and Utah Tech. So, guys, let's talk about today's game and the implications that coming into this game. You're taking on a ranked FCS team, number 8 in the FCS rankings, but the more important ranking to the Govs, #1 in the UAC.
Yep. We dressed in all black. You know what that means. It's time to put something away. It's time to put Tarleton down, back where they belong. Send them back home, man, with that L. It's homecoming. We're going to get the job done. I got the utmost faith in the boys. We had a bye week. We had two straight dubs. We looking good and I heard we gonna be dressed out in that, the pregame we in all black. But I heard when it's time to get on that field, we in that all red. I heard that let's get it back in blood. I think it's time for the UAC to see what's going on. We getting it back in blood.
We bringing back that old AP logo too on that helmet today, man. You're gonna go out there and see that logo we had back in the day, man. The old classic Austin Peay logo, man. Like we said, homecoming brings out a different type of energy in both teams, in the crowd and the team. It's going to be an electric day today, man. I'm so excited to see what these guys have up their sleeve today and what kind of juice they bring to the crowd's going to bring today, man. It's going to be a fun day ahead of us today.
Guys, it's going to be an electric atmosphere. Tarleton comes into this game 6-1 overall. Their only loss to the season has been to an FBS opponent in Baylor University. So they have won the rest of their games in the FCS. And it is going to be, I think, a great game today. It's a great environment. Again, it's a great opponent. This is what you want here in late October.
Man, like I said, man, today is all about them boys in the red, man. Like, I cannot wait to see how we attacked them from a defensive standpoint, man. I can't see how our boys go out there, what they have up their sleeve today, man. Like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere today. We need the home crowd to bring it, man. We're at home. We're at Fortera Stadium, man. Like, this is one of the hardest places to play, man. Like FCS, man. Like,
hey, if you outside the parking lot, let me hear you. Yeah. We got no yes. We got no yes.
I think they're a little bit too focused in on the barbecue that's in front of them right now. They know that game time is later. They'll be rocking and rolling inside the stadium, but I think right now they've got a little barbecue. They've got a little.
We're stuffing our face right
mac
now,
and
man.
cheese,
We're stuffing our
cornbread, maybe. So right now,
the wind blowing.
They are a little bit busy, but guys, I'm super excited.
But can't you just feel that energy building up, man? Like you said,
barbecue.
That energy. That energy, hey, every second it gets closer to kickoff, man, that thing is just building up. Until that ball is kicked off, man, you know it's go time, man.
Yeah. I'm excited. Like you said, Tarleton lost to Baylor. That was their only loss on the season. But the thing is, they're beatable, in my opinion. They've had a lot of close games. I want to say a single-digit win to McNeese. That was 26-23. I think we can get the job done. The thing is, we have to play on all facets. We have to play offense, defense, and special teams. We've done it before, and one thing, if you can do it before, you can do it again. That's the thing. My mom said it before. If you can wash the dishes without me asking you to, I know you can do it every single time. And that's what I plan for Austin Peay to do today. I expect them to do what they did against Alabama A&U, and the offense, and we run it. We ground and pound. We get the job done on the ground. Austin Smith plays a role in the run game. We have the two running backs. I heard Lavelle Wright is he playing today? I'm not sure. He hasn't played in the last few weeks, so we may have a late scratch for him as to play. We have receivers in Copeland. We're talented all around. As you see, when we get the bubble screens going, we get the move downfield, and we make it easier for our run game to open up because we have a talented run game.
Like I said, man, this game's about playmakers, man. Getting the ball in your playmaker's handland and let them go do the work, right? Get the ball out of Austin Smith's hands. He's going to be a great factor in the run game as well. He's been running the ball really well lately. The Austin Peay's run game in general has been working really well over the past couple of games. I plan for them to be able to stick to that, to be able to generate some offensive rhythm and get some positive games going, man. But like I said, our defense has been pretty good this year too. They've been getting stops, causing turnovers. It's going to be a great game on both sides of the ball, and I feel like they're going to have to be able to step up on all three phases of the game today to be able to come out with that win today.
And this guy to my left knows what he's talking about. Bryce Robinson, a member of that 2019 team, but not only is that he got one ring, all right? He doesn't have just one ring, guys. My man's got not one, not two, but my man's got 3 rings right here. They're right here. He's got them in a case. Look at them shiny pieces of jewelry right there, like baby. Come on now.
Bust down.
Oh, man, come on now, man. I can't take. No, man. I've been fortunate to be a part of 3 great teams in my time here. I've made a lot of connections and made a lot of teammates and brothers that I'll know the rest of my life, man. Made a lot of great memories here. I'm from here, so this is where I wanted to be growing up, man. And it's been an honor to be a part of 3 of the 4 conference championship teams here. And so I'm really excited to see the teams coming out in the future. And like I said, today is the reunion of the 2019 team, the team that got the second overall conference win in Austin Peay State University history. And it was the first Austin Peay team to go to the playoffs. We made a great run that year in 2019, made it all the way to the quarterfinals, lost to Montana State But like I said, man, that year was one for the ages, man. Like I said, I'm very thankful to be a part of these 3 teams, man. I'm super excited to watch these boys out here today, and hopefully there's a lot more rings to come in the future.
And for the Governors to try to get to the playoffs, it's pretty simple. They got to win the conference. And right now, for them to do that, they're 2-2 in the conference. Again, back-to-back road UAC wins. They're looking for their first home UAC win of the season here today against the Texans of Tarleton State. So, you need a little help, okay? But first things first, you have to take care of business against your opponent today. And Tarleton, and Dylan, you mentioned it, Tarleton's 6-1, all right? They're a good football team. They deserve everything they've gotten to this point in terms of accolades. However, 3 of their wins have been by 3 points or less.
Yep.
We had a couple overtime wins for them. And again, they're a team that they deserve all the credit. So we're not trying to take anything away from the Texans, but they played in a lot of close games. And the Governors have been in close games their back-to-back weeks that they've gotten the win. So they know how to win in close games. So it's going to be interesting to see if the home field advantage can be a little bit helpful for them today.
And I think we can get the job done. I was doing a little research throughout the week. I think we can get it done in the red zone. Tarleton allows 14 points a game in the red zone area. Look, we talked to Coach Furious earlier in the week. We are able to do an interview that y'all will see later on. He said he was in the red zone meeting. You know what that means? Put points on the board, and we don't want just 3s, baby. We want the whole thing.
6. We need touchdowns.
We need the whole 6. So I'm expecting us to be creative in the end zone. We've had a lot of good runs. We've had even some slip passes, some slip screens to Copeland. He gets some touchdowns. So I'm expecting us to execute to a T when it comes to the red zone.
One more thing, too. I feel like this is going to be a big game where you cannot hurt yourself on special teams. We've seen the Govs have had some special team struggles earlier in the year, whether it be a block punt or some miscues on kickoff return. I feel like they got to be sound on these 3 aspects, all 3 aspects of the game today, especially special teams, because you can make a big play in special teams that can change the whole aspect of the game. We know how important that is.
Absolutely, but we've also seen some fireworks from the special teams we had early in the season. The first actually home game we had the season, Ramon Copeland with a long punt return for a touchdown.
Took it to the crib.
So we've seen this Govs team. We've seen what they can do when they execute in all 4 phases, especially running the ball on offense. Defensively, they've gotten much better in the defensive side of the things. Again, early in the season with some defensive struggles, but they have really locked things down on defense. I think that's going to be the key today overall. Again, we're going to talk about our keys to the game later. We're going to talk about, again, you're going to see a Jeff Ferris interview with our own Kendall Ball. You're going to see that here. You're going to see a Coach Brittany Young. She is able to sit down with us, and our very own Abby Caters. They're getting ready to start the season. I know this guy right here is fired up to talk about basketball,
Yeah,
but
I'm
Dylan,
fired up.
We've got football to talk about.
Football.
We're going to, again, talk about the matchups and the UAC. And we're going to have Mr. Matthew Gale as our alumni picker later in the show. But, guys, again, we're going to keep on Tarleton State right here. It's a team that we watched some film of them this season. They are really good. They have got a 1-2 punch at running back and receiver. You talk about Kayvon Benton with 1,500 yards this year, 12 touchdowns rushing, and he's averaging 7.3 yards a carry.
A beast.
He's a dog.
He's a beast in the backfield. But this is how I think we can contradict him and maybe slow him down. Obviously, when you have a prominent running back on the opposing team, B-Rob, you know how the game go. We stacking that box, baby.
You got to stop the run now.
Yeah, we going. I believe we going 7-8 deep. We probably go a nickel package, have a big safety down there, get near the line. Because when you think about it, we have 2 linebackers. We have Deion Hunter, who's a tackle machine. He's been close to double-digit tackles in 2 games. Matter of fact, he had 3 tackles and 9 assists against Southern Utah. So that's 12 total tackles. And then against West Georgia, he had 3 tackles with 6 assists. So I expect him to be near the ball at all times. And also with Jaden Lyles, 6 solos with 7 assists against Southern SIU. I couldn't think of it right
Southern
there.
Illinois, there you
Southern
go.
Illinois. I was going to say Southern Indiana.
Like I said, I know we're going to get to the keys of the game later, but like I said, one important aspect of this game today, I feel like, is being up on offense to be able to generate a great run game. And on defense, like you said, they got a great 1-2 punch, being able to stop that run game. Because I feel like once you get that running game going, it opens up a lot of different things where you can take advantage of. I mean, like you said, you start running the ball well, they start stacking that box, and that's when you can start taking advantage of some one-on-ones outside, throw some deep shots over the back of safeties' heads, man. So I feel like from an offensive standpoint, you got to get that running game going early, man. I feel like I think we're a little hurt on the offensive line right now, man. But hey, next man up, right? Next man up mentality.
Yeah, next man
we
up.
got to get going early in the running game. At least 4 yards. 4 yards play is what you want to try to generate for your offense. And from a running standpoint, man, you got to be able to stop the run, hold them. If they get a good running game going, man, then they're just going to be able to dictate what they want to do the whole rest of the game. So I feel like that's the two most important points that Austin Peay's got to focus on today.
All right, I'm being told in my truck, my technical director, Paige Hearn, shout out to her. We have an interview with our fourth member of the crew, Isabella Clardy. Or I'm being told we don't have it quite yet. So, again, we're going to keep talking. Put the brakes on it. Hey, it's production, baby. You got to work with stuff like that. But, you know, it's going to talk about Tarleton State. You know, the rushing attacks, I think, is that is the key for both defenses, all right? Again, we are run heavy. Tarleton State is run heavy. But then I look at a guy like Darius Cooper for Tarleton. He's got over half of the receiving yards for their quarterback. He's got 33 catches, 4 touchdowns. So he's a big play threat down the middle.
Yeah, he's dangerous, but one thing that I think, like I'm saying, I'm all Austin Peay today. You know, Tarleton, whatever you do good, we can stop it better. How about that? I don't believe in nothing they can bring to the table that we can't handle. So I expect our defensive backs, Sammy Anderson Jr. has 4 interceptions on the year. I expect him to be a big defensive playmaker here today. I expect him to really follow Darius Cooper all around, you know, play that shadow type of coverage, and, you know, you stick to him like glue on rocks or whatever they say. I expect him to white on rice. He shouldn't leave him at any time of the game, and I think we can get away with that if Sammy can hold Darius Cooper to maybe like 4 receptions, maybe like 20, 30 yards.
One thing I want to see today is I want to see the Govs apply the pressure, man. Put the pressure on make their offense make the play, man. You can't give the offense too much credit, man. Everything has to go right for them to be able to execute on the field. Offense, not one person can mess up and everything's going to go wrong. They have all 11 have to execute. So put the pressure on them. I would like to see a lot of blitzes today. Put the pressure on the quarterback, man. Yep. Try to make him make a mistake, man. Make him make a play. And then go from there, man. Like make his life hard. Make his life in the backfield hard. Send that extra man, put that extra man in the box, man. Go after him. Make him try to make a play with his arm, man. And like I said, that'll also help with stopping their running game as well.
The running game, again, is going to be key in this one. We'll see how much Coach Ferris wants to incorporate Austin Smith into this run game. We saw it last week. We talked about it on our episode Thursday. 80-plus yards rushing for Austin Smith. So it's going to be interesting to see how we incorporate the quarterback into the run game. But, guys, I'm just looking around. I see just star after star. I got our dean over there, Buzz Hoon. Shout out to the dean.
Shout out to the
setting
dean.
this up right here. And then over to the far side, lurking there, doing some working is President Lakari. Look at him. President.
Yeah, go Govs.
Go Govs.
Yes, sir.
That's right. President
Yes,
Lakari doing his best thing over there. We saw him with the hockey club a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, really. Man, he gets fired up when he's watching that hockey club go at it. They got the win this past weekend against UAB. So, man, a lot going on. President Lakari, he's exciting to watch, man.
Hey, he loves all his sports teams.
I mean, you never see a president, you know, like that supports his athletic teams like he does. And he's a special president, you know. He's always out at the games. He travels to the road games. He's always there making sure he knows that the athletes know that he's there and wants to support them in any way possible that he can.
It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting, again, as we go through today, alumni, we're going to see a lot of people that, you know, we've probably seen. I mean, we're all graduates up here, you know. We're all in grad school, so we know a lot of these people that we're going to see. It's always cool to see members of the community come back again, you know, especially a day like today where it's late October. You know, it's very important to, you know, the school and, again, to the athletics, but not just the athletics, but, again, the whole program. Austin Peay State University, everybody coming back, and it's, again, sports is one of those things that can bring everybody together really quick.
Yeah. I think I heard a famous quote was like, the only time that we really all come together in this world is when it's time to watch some sports. And there's nothing more beautiful than putting on the game or coming together at the crib and sitting down and just reflecting on memories and stuff like that. So I'm excited to be around people who love the game just as much as I do. And I'm excited to see AP take down Tarleton. And I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Like you said, man, it's a great day to be a Gov, man. So many alumni are back in town today, man. We had the parade this morning, man. A lot of great floats, and all the fraternities were out there and supporting everything, and all the sororities were out there. Kudos to them for putting in time and effort to that. We've had a week of great events, talent show, lip syncs. It's been a great week filled.
Had a step show last night.
Step show. We have had a great week filled with Austin Peay events where the students get involved and come together. This is where they can make memories for the rest of their lives, man. It all comes down, ends with the biggest event of them all, and that's the homecoming football game, man. That's what everybody looks forward to throughout the week, and the Govs are going to come out here and make it a great game today and hopefully come out with the dub at the end of it.
So we've got a little work to get to before this show ends. We are looking at our alumni guest picker, Matthew Gale, is joining us. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on up, man.
Come on, Matthew.
Let's go ahead and get him mic'd up. I know we're going to get him going later on. but we're going to go ahead and introduce him before we get to our other segments. What's going on, baby? How you doing?
What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
So again, Matthew Gale is going to be joining us. He'll do our alumni pick'em later in the show, but we're going to get him a quick introduction. How we sounding?
Doing good.
Doing good? There we go. We got him. So Matthew, again, joining us today. It sounds like we're going to be potentially throwing it, but we're going to get a quick introduction. Matthew, just for you, man, a day like today, what does this mean to you?
Man, it feels great to be back home in Austin Peay. This is the homeland, you know, the Govs. Let's go Peay. It feels great. It feels great to be around the family. You know,
we saw your former teammate Juantarius Bryant earlier, and we saw him, you talking to him. What's it like seeing guys like that, you know, guys that you've seen, you know, you played with, obviously teammates. What's it like seeing them on a day like today?
It feels really good, you know, being able to get back together with all the guys, you know, people I haven't seen in a couple years. You know, it feels like a family reunion type thing. So,
All right. That sounds good. So we got a quick introduction. We'll see him later on the show, but we got Isabella Clardy with an interview. It sounds like. Isabella, what do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, I'm here with the Kappa Alpha fraternity, some alumni, some students. I have some royalty here with me. Cam right here. Cam, what's it been like with all the festivities, all your guys back? What's been going on? What have y'all been up to?
It's been a great week. We've been having a great time here at Austin Peay. They've been offering a whole lot of events for us, and it's just been a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. What do you guys think for the game today? Do we have any predictions? What's going to go down with these Govs?
Govs money line, fire it. The Govs are winning.
Can we get a score prediction?
42-6. They're going to score 2 field goals. That's it. No touchdowns.
All right, 42-6. Go Govs, guys. There you have it.
42-6 is the prediction. Wow. I mean, listen, I know. Oh, man, listen.
We running it up.
Hey,
on
I
Taunton,
respect
man.
it, though. He's with the Govs.
I see
all
some
the
purple
way.
over there. He in the wrong area. He need to get him on out of here, man.
I think that's a high school coach.
Yeah,
all right?
we got the recruits on campus
Yeah.
today, man.
Okay.
Today's a big day for recruiting today for the Govs.
You know, I'm on watch out. Any Taunton State, you got to go on the visitor side, man. It's homecoming, man.
100%. Shout out to Isabella Clardy, again, the 4th member of our crew. She's going to be roaming the tailgates. She's probably finding herself some barbecue because I'm looking
She needs to bring us some, man.
Hey,
I ain't eating today, but she need to bring us some.
I see some home cooking over here. I see my man with the big old pot over there stirring something. I don't know what it is.
What you got going over there, Unc? You frying that fish, Unc? Frying that fish.
It's an absolute awesome environment here as, again, it's a homecoming. Again, we got a lot of things going on, seeing a lot of alumni.
Got a great paint job right
We're
here.
seeing
man.
some guys painted up.
Yeah.
Hey, hit him with the Govs. That man looks like he's in a fraternity. Hopefully. is that what kind of beverage you got over there, man? Oh, it's a Coca-Cola beverage. All right, we're good.
He got that Coke Zero. He got that
Coke Zero.
Make sure that's zero. Yeah, it's zero. No regular Coke. Coke Zero. That's right.
100%. But, man, you know, that's awesome. Again, we're going to have Matt Gale on it with our alumni guest picker. But before we do that, we want to go ahead and preview a little Govs basketball. Man, I lost that for a minute. Basketball for you guys. As, again, we mentioned it earlier, but we were able to sit down with Coach Brittany Young, with our very own advocator. They were able to kind of preview everything with the basketball season. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to that, and we're going to take a short break.
So we just wanted to thank you for coming here today.
You're very welcome. Excited to be here to support you, Abby. So any questions you have, let's get it done.
Okay, so let's start off with, being that you have 9 newcomers, how's the preparation been going with the team in practices?
I think it's been going very well overall. I think we're in a landscape and environment now where transfers are a big part of collegiate athletics. I will say that my excitement about this year's team, I think we're probably more versatile and athletic than we've probably been in the last couple of years. So it's really an exciting time just trying to figure out how to put all the pieces together, but it's been good overall.
And how has that learning curve been for the newcomers?
I think that it's something that happens at different paces for different groups of people. The thing that I will say that is almost working to our benefit a little bit, we have had some injuries early on, as you know. I think that forces young players like our 4 freshmen to kind of get thrown in the fire and have more reps early, and just trying to be optimistic. I think that the fact that they're thrown in the fire early will allow them to contribute more to our team later down the road. So when we get yourself and a couple of healthy bodies back, I think they'll be stronger than they were if everyone was healthy the whole time and their reps were a little bit more limited.
Yeah. So let's get into the schedule a little bit.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on this year's schedule and some key matchups?
Yeah, I think trying to build this schedule, we wanted to try to ease into it a little bit with a couple of home games. After that, we're coming in and playing a very competitive game at Vanderbilt University. So we actually just started a 3-year contract with Vanderbilt where we'll go to them this year. They'll come back to Austin Peay next year, and then we'll go back to them the year after. And that's just trying to just help generate, a stronger fan base that can come and support us here at F&M next year, but also being able to travel down the road in Nashville and see that game on a Friday night. Like, that's a game that I think is going to be a very competitive one. Other teams that we have a tournament, a Thanksgiving tournament in FAU. We're going to play schools like Manhattan and Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic is in Conference USA. So we want to try to play opponents that are in bigger conferences than us, hopefully just allowing us to have the preparation so that when we come into our conference games, we've already seen some tough opponents. I know you all are probably excited. We're going to get a chance to go to California, in San Francisco area exactly, where we go play Cal Berkeley in Berkeley, California. So I think that's like an exciting trip coming up as well. And then, of course, it's the rivalry game. Like, we've got Murray State. We know on the men's side that's a matchup that was kind of discontinued this year. But Coach Turner and myself, that's a matchup that we always want to continue. So that's going to be another big rivalry game this year in December.
Yeah, so being ranked 5th in the ASUN preseason poll, do you feel like that's a fair judgment based on last year's results?
I think it's fair overall. Just being honest, and I think you know this, you led with the first question. We've got a lot of new faces, and I think people don't really know who we are, and I'm kind of excited about that. Like, I'm glad that they don't really know, but then there's like still a respect factor. Because if they didn't really know and thought that maybe we didn't have anyone, maybe we'd be lower in the rankings. But they know, but I think they just don't quite know who those faces are. So I think we can surprise some people. I really do. I tell you all the time, I think we really don't care a lot about preseason rankings personally. I think for people on the outside looking in, it matters to them. But for us, and you know this, Abby, we just every time we suit up, try to go get a win. So they can rank us wherever they want. We're gonna be good with it.
And with that being said, like, what would you like to see the team improve on to exceed these?
Well, I'm gonna let you. What do you think my first answer is gonna be?
Defense.
Yes, ma'am. Defensively, I want to see us continue to come around. Again, I really and truly believe that when we get a couple more healthy bodies back, it's going to really set the tone for that. But I think if we can set the tone defensively, our offense will come.
Okay, well, that is all the time we have today. So I just wanted to thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And we're going to send it back to them in the studio.
All right, really job, Abby. Again, that was an interview with Coach Young by our very own advocator. We wish Coach Young the best on the season. Before we get to basketball with Dylan, we're going to throw it to our 4th member of the crew, Isabella Clardy. Seems like she's got some swag on there back there.
You dripped out.
Oh, guys, you got me? Okay, I'm down here at the one and only Barnes & Noble tailgate, and this is top-of-the-line stuff here. You can get your pom-poms, your foam fingers, your hats. If you need a sheet chair to be comfortable, we've got koozies, sunglasses, lip balm, everything you could possibly need right here down at this tailgate. They're going to be inside at the game as well if you want to go get all your swag. And I've got the Gov right here actually with me, and I think he says that the Govs are going to win by 100 today. So we're going to go see if we can find some snacks. We're getting pretty hungry, and we'll catch back up with you guys. Go Govs!
All right, good job, Isabella. She had the hat on because, again, the wind's picking up. It's a little bit of a windy day here in October in Tennessee, so it looks like she's got the hat on to make sure that her hair doesn't go all over the place. But really good job, Isabella. And so, again, we saw that interview by Coach Young by our very own advocator. Again, shout out to her. Really nice job. But I know you're juiced about to talk about the basketball season, which is right around the corner.
And let me tell y'all something. I know the Govs on the football field, they're going to get the job done. But the men's and women's basketball team, they be turning up F&M Bank Arena. I mean, I'm expecting, a full-fledged upscale from what even last year was. The men are projected. They lost in the championship, ASUN championship to Stetson. Yep. So that's fine. It was the first year of Coach Gibson. Everybody was getting the reins back right. But let me tell you, this year the men's are projected to go second. But I'm gonna start off with the women's. Oh, and our 10th
trying to leave us. Our 10's trying to leave us. Oh.
You know, and that's the storm that the women's and men's basketball team is going to create. They're going to blow everybody away and out the waters. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Let me break it down for the women's first, right? We have multiple players of the year, athletes of the year, right? We have Jordan Stroud. She's the female athlete of the year in a 2023-2024 JUCO Division I All-American honorable mention, right? She averaged 17 points a game, certified bucket getter, right? But let me not stop you there. We got more to go, right? Anovia Seals, the 2022-2023 Florida Girls Basketball Player of the Year, led her team to 2 state championships. Not what LeBron do, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, right? So Anovia, she gets the job done. She's also averaged 20 points a game in high school, but that ain't even the craziest thing she's done, right? She's part of the 2,000-point club and the 1,000-rebound club in high school.
It's a lot of points and a lot of rebounds.
Talk about she gets the job done. She signed the contract, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. She gets it done. So I'm expecting, and we have just a roster, a new roster of everything. Last year we struggled with shooting from the women's side. We signed a top 3-point shooter in Brianna Rivera, freshman. She led the Adidas circuit and made 3-pointers and was named Adidas All-American. So I expect, and we have, let me tell y'all, I don't have enough time to break down the transfer and the freshman list from the women's side because it's just too much talent all around the board. And then the men,
talk to me. Talk to me.
Let me get it. It's sweet and delicious out there from the men's side, right? So we got 2 transfer guards. We got Mr. L.J. Thomas, former 4-star guard, ranked number 138 by 247 Sports, right? He went to NC State for 2 years. You know, NC State had a March Madness run last year. So he was a part of that team. He has championship pedigree. He's been in those type of environments. And now he's at the P, baby. He's at F&M, and he's going to put on the show. But it gets even more. We got more talent from Kentucky. Mr. Mikael Burris, right? Ranked the top guard in Kentucky and can get straight buckets. Get to his spots, and he raises up, and he going to get the money, cash in the bank.
Ball in hoop.
Come on now. You know what the game is. That's the only rule to play. So I'm expecting our team. We got some nice freshmen. We got Tate McCubbin. We got a transfer to Cole Carpenter. We're just stacked all around the board in men's and women's basketball, and I can't be more excited because last year we had a great football team. This year our football team is on the up and rise. Once we take down Tarleton, the UAC, we coming for the rest of y'all. And then the men's and women's basketball, oh, beware, because the A-Sun is about to get down and dirty out here in Stageville. We coming for the top dogs in every sport. So I'm juiced and I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Again, it was really cool for Coach Brittany Young, again, someone who's literally about to start her season, taking time out of her busy schedule to come down and sit with us. You saw the interview she did with Abby Cater. You saw Thursday she did an interview with A.J. Crowder as well. So she, again, huge shout out to her, man, trying to take some time out of her day. She was super nice. I mean, I know you were geeking out about it. You were excited to get to talk to her for a little bit. I know you wanted to do the interview yourself. You looked like you're about ready to jump in there.
Yeah, I was. I wanted to join Abby, but, she got to get her grades. She got to get them A-pluses so she can be on the court and get them dubs for her. So I can't hate it at all. I'm proud of Abby.
So, again, we're going to see the Govs in action. The first official games of the season will be November 4th. The women's will be taking on Bethel. And the men's, who are the men's taking on?
I want to say, let's get it right here for the people so they
let's
can
get it right
tune
for the
in.
people.
Let's get it right for the folks. Hey, Bryce, you ready for the basketball season, my brother?
Like I said, man, now that I'm in that post-student athlete life, I'm excited to be able to go out and see some more sports now. I'm excited to go watch our men's and women's basketball team this year, man, to go to F&M Bank Arena, to see that place filled, electrified with all the great fans we have at Austin Peay, man. I'm ready to go. I heard they got great food there, too. I could be wrong. I heard they got great food there.
No, F&M got some good food. I had like a grilled burger, like patty melt type of thing. Let me tell you, finger licking good, I'm telling you.
Finger licking good.
Come on now.
Come on now.
All 5 of them. I do the other hand, but I got to get the drink.
Speaking of finger looking good, I saw the dean over there. He was gnawing on what looked to be a hamburger. I don't know if the Baron right next to him got him one as well, but I saw you over there, Dean Buzzhoon. I saw you munching on, what was that, a hot dog?
Hey, pull some strings and get us some trash can chicken. Pull some strings, get us some chicken. We need one of the big dogs to get us some chicken.
100%. But, we got some kids running around. It's going to be, again, it's an awesome environment. It's Union University. That's who the men's will be facing again November 4th in F&M Bank Arena. And it is the women's that will be taking on Bethel. So we're super excited for that. So before we bring on our alumni guest picker, we're going to bring that to you momentarily. We talked about it before. We had the opportunity for our very own Kendall Ball to sit down with Coach Jeff Ferris, and we mentioned it. He literally came right out of a red zone meeting to do this interview. Obviously, Coach Ferris wants to make sure his guys get good grades.
Come on now.
Hey, grades are what matters here at Austin Peay, not just the wins on the field, but off the field as well. But again, we're going to see this interview. It's about 5 minutes with Kendall Ball and Coach Jeff Ferris. Let's go ahead and throw that. We'll take a short break.
Hey everyone, welcome to the CrunchTime interview. I'm Kendall Ball, and today my guest is Coach Jeff Ferris. How
Kendall,
are you doing?
Honored to be on here with you, buddy.
Man, I'm excited for this one. I've been thinking about this one for a minute. So, Coach, first question, we just came off of a huge victory in Utah. Tell me about how it felt to get another victory in the season.
It felt great. There's nothing better than going on the road with people that you love and getting a conference win. I was just so excited for our players, you, Ellis, for how hard you guys have worked when early in the season we didn't really get the results that maybe you wanted. But I think we showed a lot about our character as a team that when we didn't get the outcomes we wanted, we continued to work and believe in each other. And it was a great team win. I'm so proud of these guys, and I'm excited to hopefully get another one here this Saturday against Tarleton.
So, more about the game from Saturday. So, what was the game plan going into the game, and how do you feel like the team executed it?
Yeah, I thought the team did a great job executing. I thought we got off to a hot start in all three phases. I think our offense sputtered a little bit, but the defense especially has made plays to help us out, and then we made enough in the fourth quarter to pull out the big win.
So, going into that game in Utah, I know you used to coach in the Pac-12, so you played games in Utah before. What was different about maybe this part of Utah? Was this your first time in this part of Utah?
That was my first time in St. George.
So what was the difference between that and instead of maybe a University of Utah?
Yeah, so we played at Rice-Eccles Stadium last year, and that is in Salt Lake City. The biggest difference would be the elevation. I think Salt Lake City is like twice the altitude. To be honest with you, though, our players didn't really complain or feel much different. That would be the biggest difference. I remember there were mountains around it that were snow-capped. When you go to St. George, that climate is a little bit warmer year-round, more kind of to the almost like Las Vegas-ish more than it would be Salt Lake. But that was the biggest difference that I saw. And obviously, Salt Lake is the capital and a huge metropolitan area.
So obviously it was a close game Saturday. So when you play close games and every play matters, does it change the way you may call the game, or do you keep it the same?
I try to keep it the same. I think strategy-wise, in a game like that, we're not going to be overly aggressive on third down because we know we could trust the defense. In some of those games, you may be less aggressive and trust your punt team to punt the ball because I know if we give them long fields, they're not going to score. And at the end of the game, our defense did an unbelievable job giving the offense short fields, which allowed us to kick a field goal to make it a big score game, go from 3 to 6. They needed a touchdown to beat us, which I think was critical for our defense, knowing that only a touchdown could beat us. I knew that they were not going to be able to drive the length of the field and score a touchdown on our defense.
Coming off of a bye week, how are you able to get your team ready for a game after not playing the Saturday before?
Well, we called it Get Better Week, as you know. We had a great lift that first Monday, and we had 2 great practices in full pads. We had a chance to get healthy as a team and come back re-energized. And I was really, really impressed, not just with the week of Utah Tech's the week of the Utah Tech game, but the Get Better Week too. And I think we improved in a lot of areas.
All right, on to our next opponent, a little preview for Tarleton State. A team that's coming in from Texas, the first team you're playing from Texas this season. So tell me about how it is getting ready for them. As you know, they haven't lost the FCS game this year.
Yeah, they're very, very talented. I think as you watch them in all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams, they play hard and they've got a lot of ability. They're going to challenge us in a lot of ways and be a great opportunity for our guys. When we talk about their offense, which you know very, very well, they've got dynamic skill players outside. They run a lot of vertical concepts. 6 and 5 will be as good a receivers as we've seen all year. I think the quarterback's really good. I think the running back number 4 is extremely talented and maybe leading FCS football in rushing right now. Is that true, Ellis? He's up there. He'll be as good as the guys we've played. And I think they're good up front. A lot of zone schemes, inserts, and some gap stuff. But I'm really, really confident in all 3 phases. It'll be a great opportunity for our defense. When it comes to their defense, our offense, they play a variety of fronts, and they play a lot of man coverage. They trust their guys outside, so it's going to be a great matchup for our receivers and tight ends to go make plays on the outside. I've been really, really impressed with the way that we've been able to run the football the past 4 weeks. So establishing the run and making plays outside will be critical for us to win.
I think when I did a little research, Tarleton, they entered the top 10 in a ranking in FCS. So when you play on a top 10 team, on your home field, you know, homecoming, the crowd's going to be loud, probably going to have your best crowd of the year. How does it feel when you coach in a big game like that?
Nothing better. And I've been so impressed. This is my first year here at Austin Peay, and when we pack the fort, that environment, the Gov Walk is unbelievable. So I can't even imagine what it'll be like on homecoming Saturday.
So what players have impressed you the most throughout the season this far?
Shoot, I could go on forever. You, LSL would be two great examples. You know, I think we've really improved in the kicking game. Obviously, Carson hit one that would have been good from 70 on Saturday. Dom's played really, really well. Austin on offense, you know, I think we've really, really improved as we've gone. You know, Austin's done a really, really good job. A.J. Barnes, Ramon Copeland, O'Shawn Allison, Lavelle Wright, those other young backs have done a really, really good job. Alec Pell, Jack Baker, you know, I could go on forever. The entire offensive line. But, you know, what's been fun for me, Kendall, is that every week it seems like somebody new is stepping up, which shows a lot about the way that we're working and how we're building depth.
All right. Well, that'll be all for this interview. I want to thank Coach Ferris for giving me the time for this interview. I'm Kendall Ball. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we are back here at Govs Game Day, and before we throw it to Isabella, shout out to Dr. Barrett for getting us the goods. We got some hot dogs here.
I'm almost done with mine. I'm almost done with mine. I was hungry, right?
We're going to get a quick snack, but Isabella's got an interview, so Isabella, take it away.
I'm over here having a jumping good time with the class of probably 2053. I've got Grace here with me, Riley on the other side. Riley, are you having a good time?
Down.
She's having a great time. Can we get a go Govs from you, Grace?
Go Cougs!
Oh my goodness, go Govs. All right, we're going to get out of here and slide on down. Back to you guys.
All right, really good job, Isabella. And joining us today is our alumni. Our alumni guest speaker is Matthew Gale. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sir, glad to be here, man.
Huge shout out to Matthew Gale. You're a member of the 2019 OVC championship team. Obviously, you're the first one to get a championship in over 40 years. Talk to us about the impact.
Man, look, I've seen Austin Peay when we was, you know, down bad, and I've seen us to where we are today. So it feels great to be a part of those teams to help bring the culture and this winning culture that we now have. And, you know, there's nothing better to see. I love this place.
Absolutely. And before we get into the pick'em, we want to look at your resume here. Bryce, let me see that piece of paper for you. Let's talk about the resume.
Well decorated.
For Mr. Matthew Gale. All right, he is a Knoxville native from Fulton High School. Dog, just straight dog. On the field, 102 total tackles in his career, 14 tackles for loss, 7 sacks in his career as a Governor. So he is a dog off the field. But you know what we do here at Austin Peay? We don't just produce dogs on the field. We produce them in the classroom.
Come on now.
Let's read this man's
Preach, baby,
academic resume. He is a 3-time OVC Commissioner's Honor Roll.
Ooh, commissioner.
He is a 6-time Athletic Director Honor Roll and a 1-time recipient of the Dean's List. Talk about an academic weapon. So let's ask you about this, Matthew. I mean, what was your thought process, not only in handling yourself as an athlete, but handling yourself as a student athlete, let's just say?
Yeah, I mean, I was always one of those guys. My mom, my family, they raised me up just saying that we got to take school serious.
Yep.
School's first. Also, shout out to Coach West, my first D-line coach here. He told me something that was just, don't play with your money. And by money, he meant scholarship. Don't play with it. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So you were teammates with this guy right here. You guys were members of the 2019 team. You saw, again, we talked about earlier, you've seen a lot of members of this 2019 team. There's a rumor that Coach Hud's going to be here today as part of the squad. And we asked you before, but I want to reiterate, what's it like seeing guys that you haven't seen maybe in a couple months, maybe in some years in your case?
Look, I'm seeing people walk by right now that I'm about to go holler at and just tap up. It feels really good. Like I said, family reunion earlier, some guys I haven't seen in years. I'm excited to talk to. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have fun today.
Not only is the 2019 team being honored during this game, we have a very special honoree being remembered later. Cordell Jackson's going to be here in the stadium. He's going to be honored at the Fortera Stadium. So a guy like that, really good ball player, but just an incredible leader as well. Just speak to the impact of guys like Cordell Jackson on Terry's Bryant, what they meant to this team.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, they were the staple of the program. Like, they're the ones who helped kick this thing off. Without them, Austin Peay would not be where it's at right now as far as the football athletic program. So, some great guys there. Happy they're here. Can't wait to link up with them. And yeah, it's glad to have them.
100%, Matthew. You sure picked a day to have. We sure picked a day to have right here this Saturday. It's a windy day. As again, it looks like we're about to lose our tent, but it's still an awesome environment.
My man is on a bike with a plate of ribs.
That's what we love to see, baby. Oh yeah.
Not playing.
He is dedicated.
You got any food yet, Matthew? I mean, there's food. You got any food yet? 'Cause, I mean, we were able to get a little bit of snack.
We'll get them something.
It smells like there's some barbecue over there.
Somebody pull some strings for my guy. Give him a hot dog, trash can chicken or something. It's alumni.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that trash can chicken we asked for earlier.
Hey.
Well, that red Kool-Aid.
Shout out my
We
guy
got that
Les.
Kool-Aid out there.
Oh, man. I mean, hey, that's one thing, though, that you got to give Coach Hud, speaking about him potentially being here. I mean, he took care of his guys, right? He fed you guys really well. It was an absolute awesome operation with you guys. I mean, he was one of those guys that really made sure, hey, we're going to take care of you. We're going to ask a lot of you, but we're going to take care of you as well.
Coach Hood, he was a guy. I really enjoyed him. He's a great coach. I'm excited to see him when he gets here.
100%. And we're super excited for the game that we're going to see here in Fortera Stadium as the Texans of Tarleton State, the number 8 ranked FCS team in the nation, and again, number 1 in the conference. That's the one that matters most to the Govs. But we're going to go ahead and get into our pick'em session. And we have Matthew Gale again joining us. But, Dylan, we have a little bit of extra stakes in this pick'em, so talk to me about those.
Yeah, so y'all know it's homecoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's only one way to do it, and we got to do it big, right? We got to do it a grand old time. So since we got a special guest, we're going to break it down like this. We're going to have a UAC pick'em. Of course, we're going to do our regular, for the casuals that don't watch the CrunchTime, we do a CrunchTime pick'em. So, of course, we're going to get our score predictions and all of that. But we got something extra. There's something extra on the line, right? We got P-props, right? And what P-props is, we're going to take a player or a side of the ball or anything that Austin Peay does well, and we're going to put a line to it, right? If you're familiar with some of those things out there in the sports world, we ain't going to say it, but if you know, you know. You know what I mean? So we're going to do a P-props, and we're going to do a pick-em, and then I think we're off there after that. We're going to enjoy some homecoming love.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's get into that really quick. We're not going to make our guy Matthew do that. He's just going to be watching us. So let's get into the pick'em here as we have our little, what you would call parlay if you were in the betting world.
I was trying not to get on that.
That's what we're calling it. Yeah. It's our P-props.
Listen now, man, I can do this now. No, we can do this now. We ain't student athletes.
Yeah, and there's no money on the line. Let's get that understood. There are no dollars on the table.
Just some friendly competition in the pick'ems where this is for points in our pick'ems.
Double. So everything is double for homecoming. Everything is double. So I expect our episode Thursday to get a little chippy when it's time to calculate the points.
100%. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my P pick'ems. This is what I'm taking, all right? I'm taking Sean Allison, 85-plus rushing yards. I think the Govs are really going to attack the ground game in this one. I think they are going to pound and ground against the Texans. I've got Alex Pell, our tight end, 35-plus receiving yards. I think he's the guy that doesn't get talked about enough in this offense. We talked about Jaden Barnes, Ramon Copeland, but again, Alec Pell, he's a guy that you're going to see in the red zone a lot. I think he's going to get over 35 yards receiving. And then my guy, Carson Smith, who knocked a 51-yarder last week at Utah Tech. 3+ field goals. I think he's going to be the key to steal some points. The big field goal. We're going to score red zone touchdowns now. We're going to score red zone touchdowns. But when we need to steal some points, it's a long field goal. We can count on my guy, Carson Smith.
Ooh. Hey, bro, you done took one of my players, bro.
Yeah, but you didn't give him 3, though. I gave him 3.
All right, let me get into I'll go ahead and say that. I got Carson Smith, 0.5 field goals made from 30+. I got 1 field goal made from 30+, which might be tough today because of this win. Yep. But we never know. But I feel like these next 2 are going to be really good as well. And especially number 1, I got Austin Smith plus 40 rushing yards today. Like I said, it's very windy today. His legs have been a great contributor early on in the season. He's starting to pick it up a little bit with the running game. He's starting to do some damage with his legs, which is what we talked about earlier in the season with the shows. I feel like he needed to get involved more. That +1 running game with the quarterback running, get the extra blocker with the running back is always great against defenses. Also, I got Jaden Barnes, 50+ receiving yards. He's good for about at least 1 or 2 great explosive plays a game. Get the ball in his hands, let him go to work, let him win a one-on-one battle, and let him go earn his scholarship and possibly score a great touchdown today.
Yeah, we got a crowd behind us.
Let's go.
Got some fans here, ladies and and gentlemen. We'll see them later on in the fort. Some rowdy fans, but Dylan, let's get into your P pick'em. What do you got for us, baby?
Hey, we got a crowd, so I'm distracted. You know, I love a good crowd. But my P props, right? So let me break it down. Ramon Copeland, anytime touchdown. That man knows how to get inside the fort and get those tutties. And I think he's going to send the fort going crazy. And then our defense, right? Let me tell you, I already told you about Sammy Anderson. He got 4 picks. I got the defense getting another pick tonight, right? Defense over 0.5 interceptions. But this is the best thing ever, y'all. This is the best part ever. Total points, I got us over scoring 40.5 total points on the game. I think what they say, 40 to 6.
40-piece nugget?
Yeah, 40-piece nugget. We got honey mustard, barbecue, sweet and sour, and we got ranch. We got all the sauces, all the nuggets. We getting busy today. So those are my P props.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left in the show, but we're going to get into our pick'em again with our alumni guest picker, Mr. Matthew Gale. Let's get a big round of applause for Mr. Gale today. All right, we're going to start with Southern Utah. This is the way we're going to do. We're going to do Bryce first, Dylan next, myself, and then we're going to go Mr. Matthew Gale last. We're going to start off with Southern Utah, traveling down to West Georgia. We got David Whitner, 1,100 yards passing. Guys, what do you got in this one?
So we got Southern Utah at West Georgia. You know, Southern Utah is 3-4, 2-1 in the conference. West Georgia is 2-5, 0-5 in the conference. Like I said, they haven't got yet to win a conference game. I feel like Southern Utah is going to be able to go on the road and win. I got Southern Utah 28-21 in a close one.
What you got, Dylan?
You know, I'm going to have to go against West Georgia. They 0-5 for a reason. Even though they're going to be at home, I'm going to go Southern Utah. I'm going to go 35-17.
Wow. All right, listen, so I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go West Georgia here. They're 2-5 overall, 0-5 in the conference, but their games have been really, really close. I think they're a team that's a little better than they're given credit for. Again, I mentioned it, Devin Whitner, 1,158 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season, and Kamari English, 604 yards on the season catching. I think a long trip for Southern Utah. Second time they've come down to the Deep South. All right, this season. They did it earlier with the Govs. I'm going to go West Georgia 21-7, get the win at home. Woo. What you got, Matthew?
Chris, I'm with you, man. I think West Georgia will get it done. I know they haven't won any conference games, but look, they're at home. They got to win one, so might as well make this that one. So, yeah.
What's your score prediction?
Give them 21-10.
21-10. All right. I like it. Hey, Matthew's a smart guy. He knows who to listen to. All right. Next up, we got Utah Tech traveling to EKU on the season. Bryce, what you got for us?
Utah Tech got Eastern Kentucky. You know, we've had some great matchups with EKU over the years, man. It's always been a tough. They've always bring a great environment to play there, you know. So I feel like Utah Tech, winless on the year, over, as we like to say around the South. I just don't see them going down there and getting a win, which is most of the time a pretty good hostile environment. I got EKU winning big, 35-3.
Yeah, I'm with Bryce right there. You know what? It's a 2v2. Me and Bryce and y'all too. So Bryce, we're gonna stay on the same train right here. Yeah, I don't think Utah Tech just might go winless on the season, boys. They just might go winless. Like you said, we've battled with EKU. So I got EKU going at about, I can say 42-7.
I'm going to hop on this train. Listen, there's some teams, Matthew, you know this. There's teams that you want to win that you don't necessarily care about. Hey, best of luck the rest of the season. Then there's teams the team up north that we won't mention, that's their rivals. You don't like them. You can't stand them. Then there's right below that is EKU, a team that you can't stand. They're not exactly a rival, but you still can't stand them. Every time it seemed it got chippy whenever at least this guy would scrap up against them, getting them wins. But I got to go with the Colonels here. Again, Utah Tech, they showed a little fight against the Govs last week, but I can't pick a winless team to win. I'm going to go EKU by a score of 31-10.
31-10.
You know what? I'm rocking with you guys.
Hey, you got the sweep.
Yeah,
you got the sweep.
I'm just taking the OVC ties, maybe a little biased. But, yeah, I think EKU will get it done. Give me 25 to
We got some youngins here, some young football players, some youth football players. Some guys excited about the show. Get fired up. Yeah, come on.
Hey, somebody hit the gritty. Somebody hit the gritty.
Yeah, we love it.
100%. Next up on the matchup, we got North Alabama taking on Central Arkansas in Central Arkansas. Bryce, what you got for me?
Listen, man, that's normally a pretty good long drive for us, man. Like I said, Central Arkansas got that purple and silver field, man. That's not a good. It's like I said, another hostile environment, man. That we have we're 0-2 at the Govs the past 2 years. But I feel like North Alabama's a good scrappy team. Like I said, they're 3-1 in the conference. Or Central Arkansas is 2-1 in the conference. I still got Central Arkansas winning the big 42-14.
I think that's going to be a dog fight right there. That's going to be one of them ones that we might have to rewatch or something at night. But I think I'm going to go Central Arkansas. I think they can get the job done. I've seen them the last 2 years. Both teams are great on the ground. Both teams can run the heck out the ball. So I'm expecting a real dog fight. I think I got Central Arkansas, we'll say 27-21. 27-21.
We got the Battle of the Purple in this game.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Purple in this game. Again, Central Arkansas 5-2 on the season, 2-1 in the conference. They are looking at this game that we're going to play today very closely because there's a very tight race within the top 4 teams within the UAC. You know, I'm looking at a team like Central Arkansas. They are a very tough team. Looking at that, UCA is winning 4 out of their last 5 games they've played so far this season. Shunderick Powell, guy the Govs, they saw a lot of in their matchup a couple weeks ago against the Govs. He has rushed for 1,096 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.5 yards a carry. North Alabama, they're a good football team. Kenneth Brew, their receiver, 418 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns. He's got 418 of TJ Smith's 747 passing yards, well over half that mark. I think it's going to be a close game like you, but I'm going to go with the Bears. That's a team I don't like either. We don't like them here in the Governors. No. But, again, I'm going to go with Central Arkansas. I think it's going to go to overtime. I think it's going to go 28-25 game-winning field goal.
OT. Okay.
OT. Okay.
I think I'm going to go with North Alabama here.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Central Arkansas, so I can't go with them at all. But, yeah, I think North Alabama, they're on a 3-game win streak. Why not make it 4? I think they'll take it by just 3, so 17-14.
Oh, you think it's low scoring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little game of
I think
defense.
they're going to hold it down.
All right, we've got about 4 minutes left to go in the show.
And we save the best for last,
And we
right?
saved the best for last.
Oh,
But let's
yeah.
reminisce a little bit before we get out of here. We're going to be honoring the 2019 team, the OVC champion team here at the Fort. And again, this is a team that, hey, it doesn't look quite as pretty. 11-4 ended the season, started the season 2-2, then get back-to-back wins at home against Southeast Missouri State and Jacksonville State. This guy right here was a big part of it. One more round of applause for our guest picker, Matthew Gale, for joining us. But now let's get down to business. Tarleton State comes into this game, the 8th ranked team in the FCS, and they are first within the UAC, 6-1 record overall, 3-0 within the conference, and the Govs are on a 2-game winning streak, road winning streak, but they are now back here at the Fort. Bryce, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this game?
Man, it's a game of the day. This is why we're all here, right, man?
Yes,
It's homecoming, man. Homecoming brings out the best in every team. It's why you pick these teams. When you come in here, you feel like you have a great chance to win, man. Like we said, Tarleton is 3-0 in the conference, 6-1 overall in the year, man. But like I said, what are they? You said they're 6th, the 8th ranked team.
8th ranked team in the FCS.
You know what? It don't matter. You know, they get Tarleton, Charleston, Barleton. I got Austin Peay by 3. Austin Peay wins 24-21 in a close game.
Yeah, dog. Oh, man, I'm excited. I expect us to. I think we're going to make them play our type of football today. I think it's going to be a slow, hard-fought, gruggy type of game. We're going to make them confused and befuddled and all of that. So I think we're going to get her done. It's going to be, I can say, let's see, we'll say 2017. 2017 us.
All right. Matthew, I'm going to let you get this one. What you got?
Hey, you already know I'm rocking with Govs all day, baby. Govs all day. It's not even close. Give us 21-6.
21-6, my man said.
They ain't even putting up double
Making a
digits.
statement. Hey,
Come on now.
To finish out the show, we got 2 minutes. I mean, guys, we're rolling with the Govs. I think it's going to be, like you mentioned, Dylan, a fight in a phone booth type game. I'm taking the Govs by a score of 21-14. It's homecoming. We got all the legends here in the building today. There's no chance Tarleton is going to walk into the Fort, walk into our house.
They walking our trap and they think they're going to take over our trap?
No, sir. No,
Defend
sir.
the fort, baby.
Come on,
Absolutely
hold
not
the fort
happening.
down.
Got to defend the fort, man.
So, again, we want to thank our alumni guest picker. Woo.
It's the win, bro. The win
The
getting
win
the
is
win.
killing.
the win got your tongue.
We want to
Yeah,
thank
it's
our
all
alumni
good.
guest picker, Matthew Gale. Matthew, thank you for joining us today, sir.
Appreciate you guys. for having me,
100%.
man.
So we want to again give a big shout out to our crew, Paige Hearn of the truck, Steve Sawyer, the Baron right there, David Ellison, the Dean right back there.
Shout out to the camera crew, everybody working the cameras, man.
Yeah.
Our camera crew, Isabella Clardy, as the 4th member of our show. But again, my name is Christian Hunt. That's Mr. Bryce Robinson. That is Mr. Dylan Walt right there. We're going to say so long and farewell. But last but not least, let's get a Let's Go P, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Let's
go,
go,
Peay! That's going to do it,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Let's go.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.